Hello, how are you today? This is my third video on hair growth and diabetes. Today I want to talk about things that they're starting to say that make your hair fall out. You know, if you're genetically predisposed. Think about the genetic predisposition thinking. You know, everything is genetic. I mean, the way your nose is, the way your face is, your genetics describe where you come from, that's true. But there's also environmental. Thinking about smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Look what happens to people. They may have good genes, but the genetic predisposition of smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, doesn't matter what your genes are, you have the side effects. Look at alcohol. Your genetic predisposition, you have a good liver. You're born with a good liver, but keep drinking alcohol and cirrhosis of the liver, the hardening of the liver comes through. It's the same problem. So you can see the genetics are predisposed. You have predisposition. If you're genetically with a weak liver and you drink, your liver is going to go faster. If you're genetically predisposed to diabetes, you're linked more easily to go to diabetes. Whatever your predisposition to, the doctors also refer to that. I'm not a doctor. Go to the doctor, go to health practitioners, go to anybody that'll help you. We're looking for the answers. We're looking for the truth. When you eat carbohydrates, you have to measure what you're eating. Always think about carbohydrates as the sugar cube. 2 grams are in 1 sugar cube. 2 grams of sugar in 1 sugar cube. And so if you eat a cup of sugar, which would be that's 1 cup, right? Look at the measuring size, 1 cup, and that would be 200 grams. So 100 sugar cubes would fit in here, which would be 200 grams. I've seen the soft drinks, I've seen drinks with, 30, 40, I've seen energy drinks with 50 sugar cubes in them. So that would be 100 sugar cubes. It would be half a cup of the sugar. So you need to know what you're eating, how much you're eating, and how much you can tolerate before you have symptoms of diabetes. First symptoms of diabetes that are in my book is that you get tired after you eat. You know, the thing everybody always saying over and over, oh, I'm tired after I need to take a nap. I don't feel like going back to work, whatever the situation. Another thing is that people think that you can exercise your blood sugar to control. You know, there's been people who have experimented running four times a day and eating carbohydrates. The simple fact is that the theory behind that is a nice thought. You do burn your sugar down, but the problem is the sugar's in your blood. And as the blood's going through your vascular system harder and faster because you're running, it damages the vascular system faster. It plugs it up faster. Just like putting dirty oil in your motor. All the little oil lines in the motor would plug up, even if you're running it at 100 miles an hour, because the oil goes through there faster. When it goes through there faster, it plugs up faster. So high blood sugar makes the blood thick and it makes it harder for the heart to pump. Diabetes is prevalent in this country, all over the world. As I've said before, the people with the least diabetes are the nomadic tribes in the desert because there's no carbohydrate to eat out there. All they eat is animals. Chicken, fish, meat, egg has no carbohydrate in it. Let's think about sugar. I've read, and I'm not 100% about sure of it, but people with diabetes who have high blood sugar also get microvascular damage to their eyes. You've heard about people having laser treatment to their eyes because their whites of their eyes are bleeding because the little veins are bleeding, and they cauterize it with a laser. Unfortunately, after they do that too often, my sister did it. She went blind, legally blind. The cauterization closes up the vein from bleeding anymore, but then you have some kind of damage. The point being is this: the sugar is like a crystal, and so when you keep loading it up through the body and it gets high, the crystals act like little pieces of glass, and they cut the microvascular and the vascular system. And so when it starts cutting these tiny things that are in your eyes, as small as they could be, who can imagine how small they are, the vascular system starts to bleed, and that's why they need to be cauterized. Lower your blood sugar, and more likely everything will heal perfectly. Let's look at another thing, diabetes. When you have high blood sugar, When people have gangrene in the hospital and infections and stuff like that, sugar feeds bacteria. It's the #1 food for bacteria. And so when people are in the hospital with gangrenes and stuff, in order to get the gangrene under control, they have to lower the blood sugar. It seems like even with antibiotics, intravenously taking antibiotics, they still have to lose their legs and toes because they have to get the blood sugar first under control. The blood sugar is always 1 teaspoon at all times in the blood system, 1 teaspoon for homeostasis, the standard condition for the body to stay in. Your body does use, drinking water helps because it helps to wash out the sugar that's in the blood. The kidneys are very fine little organism that filter everything out of your blood. One of the symptoms of people with diabetes, a common symptom, you look it up online, is that when people have diabetes, they also have kidney problems because this sugar going through them kidneys, which is very fine mesh, would have a tendency to cut it and damage. Atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries. These are all things I've been studying for 30-some years, trying to figure out how it all works. Atherosclerosis, the hardening of the arteries. So your blood pressure gets hard and it starts beating across your veins because they get hard. They have a calcification on the inside. But your veins are they're elastic. And so when this calcification builds on the inside from being cut all the time, your body starts building a little, like a scar tissue or a plaque to protect it. And as it keeps building all this through your 60,000 miles of vascular, it's like a road. The road is nice and smooth. Your cars run smoothly through there. But as you keep damaging the road and keep patching it, it gets bumpy and it gets lumpy. And so when you keep cutting your vascular system with high blood sugar, you put little nicks and cuts through your whole vascular system. As you keep cutting and patching, your blood system doesn't go through your system easily and small. And your vascular system doesn't expand and contract like it was designed. It starts getting hard. And so that's where you start getting that high blood pressure. This is only one of the symptoms. This is only part of it. The understanding of all this diet and nutrition stuff is infinite. We're just scratching the surface of understanding it all. But it's a start. And if we can get some health. If you notice today, I didn't comb my hair. This is my bed head. This is what I used to look like. As you can see, this is all me. This is 1987 when I did this, and I'm still working on it. You can see that was the top of my head. I haven't combed my hair today, haven't showered it or nothing. So this is how it looks. This is how my head used to look. Diabetes is in my family. Everybody's bald in my family. Oh my gosh. You know, again, they say it was genetic at father's side, mother's side. You know, genetics, smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day and see what your genetics do. You know, so it's cause and effect. Cause and effect. It's a big part of our life is environmental. And that's a piece. One piece is there are many pieces, but we're trying to find the pieces. Anyway, you can see as I keep trying to get my hair back, 1987 to today, you know. And the thing is that you don't feel good. You're tired, your energy drops, you don't have energy, you premature age, you get stiff, your feet ache, you have problems. The list goes on and on. We won't even talk about the obesity problem because carbohydrates are immediately stored in the body. They're newspaper, they're carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a storage material. It's like fuel for a car, as I said in my earlier videos. Gasoline does not fix the tires in the body on a car. Gasoline runs the car. Carbohydrate, it's a fuel, it's a gas. 200 grams is 1 cup of sugar. Now you can easily eat 4 cups of pasta, which would equal 100 grams. 4 cups of pasta would equal 100 grams. 4 cups of rice. 1 cup of rice is 50. So let's see, 4 cups of rice would equal that. 4 cups of pasta would equal that. There's 50 grams to a cup. 50 grams of rice, 50 grams of carbohydrate to a rice. So if you eat 4 cups of rice, you'll be eating 1 cup of sugar. If you eat 4 cups, this is a cup. If you eat 4 cups of pasta, you'd be eating 200 grams, which would be the carbohydrate amount of 1 cup of sugar. This is scientific. This is mathematical. Look it up online. All this information is online. All your food is online. All your carbohydrate numbers are online. When you buy food or you're shopping for foods, you'll see that it's all online, the carbohydrate numbers. If you eat, a carrot, you're eating 4.5 sugar cubes. That's a carrot. If you eat a banana, you're eating about 18 of these. If you eat a peach, you're eating about 4.5 of these. If you eat a piece of pecan pie, you're eating about 70 of these. I love pecan pie. Oh my gosh, it makes you feel so good. And so I want big hair. You know, the point is, I started getting little hairs up here that I didn't even know I had when the circulation improves. When your circulation improves, everything in the body heals. As the circulation diminishes, every kind of symptom in the world is predisposed to slow circulation. If it's circulating, it's healing. If it ain't circulating, it's falling off. You know what I'm talking about? So you want to feel good. If your sugar gets high 20 minutes, 30 minutes after you've eaten, that means high blood sugar. That's when you got to start moving, walking around. Don't sit down because then the blood sugar lapses. Don't go to bed because then the blood sugar goes slower. Damage is longer. So if you can move around, drink water, these are the things that naturally affect your blood sugar and make you feel better. Okay, so the bed head, it's all right. I feel good. The key thing is you're feeling good, you're looking good, you know, you have a lot of energy, a good disposition. We're looking for the truth, we're looking for more answers, and la dolce vita continua, capito? Allora, ciao a tutti belli, tanto amore e ci vediamo, eh?